Okay, thumbs up. Good. So we heard you before, but I can't hear you now. Are these speakers turned off?
Is that what you said? Where is it? Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so why can't we hear Dennis? Yeah, but that's that screen.
But he muted it yesterday. Yeah, he did something to mute it yesterday. Yeah, and now today.
Did anybody do anything here?
Yeah, it's here. The microphone is here. Where's your finger? He just had a whole bunch of feedback. That's why we just turned it down. You can hear that loud. So we turned it down a little bit. It was loud still.
Where'd you guys yesterday?
Squirrels, that's why we kind of.
Well, that's when we had a mic. We heard them.
We heard it.
We usually do on the screen before we started.
But I got everybody here. Which is a good sign. So, oh, shit.
Okay, now we can hear you, Dennis.
Oh, you can?
Yes, we are here.
Okay, we're here too. Was that on your end then?
What?
Was that on your end?
Yeah, that was on our end.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so welcome, California. It was good to see everybody yesterday. We've both seen the video, right?
Yes, we have, and we're in the, all the students are in there 555 right now.
Okay, good. Good, okay, good. Well, that's good. We have 15 minutes, so let's take a diversion from that and talk about the video for a second, all right?
Yes, we've already discussed it here.
Okay, good. So let's see, for people here in Las Vegas, yesterday the reason we had to go to California was somebody from the Westminster One Stop came in and said, good news, we have money for OJT to give to employers if they'll hire your graduates. Okay, so that's sort of here where we do internships here, right, as part of our curriculum. Well, there, and so that means in an internship you're doing OJT, on-the-job training, instead of being in the classroom, you're at the business, right? You're building your resume, right?
Right.
Okay. But you're not getting paid. That's why it's an internship. There, the employee can still get paid because the employer is being paid by the state on a grant. Actually, it's a national grant. So that means our students have a great weapon, right, to go and get the job.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to get paid to hire me. Thus, if the strategy for getting the job becomes important to not blow the interview. So tell me, in California, can somebody volunteer to answer the question of tell me about yourself in light of the video we just saw?
I just explained.
How about Dennis?
Yes. Basically, tell me about yourself.
The other Dennis.
Oh, the other Dennis.
The other Dennis. We're going to switch over.
Give us justice.
Okay, so we can't hear Dennis.
Okay.
Okay. You was able to hear me full time yesterday?
Yeah.
A little max head.
We're watching you moving.
Okay, Ed. Hello?
Money chop chop. Yes, go ahead.
It's about the education, employment, and skills.
Okay.
Our job that you're searching for.
Okay, so tell me about yourself. What would you start with?
My training at Larson's.
Okay, so in my brain I'm thinking, never heard of Larson. So what are you going to say?
Larson's at the Stanford of educational training.
Okay. Career training schools. Okay, that's something to write down. And so now you're going to tell me what you did there, right?
Yes, I've done QuickBooks, Microsoft Word, Excel. I have my certificate in QuickBooks.
Good. Okay. What else?
And currently I'm employed with the U.S. Postal Service.
Well, not all the way on 2 sides. There's just too much outside light.
And the skills that I've acquired from there, I could use at other companies.
Okay. Good. Okay. So thank you, Dennis. Now, what I got from that, you sounded a little bit nervous. Did you feel a little bit nervous?
No.
Okay, because this is a hangout on air, so this is live for the whole world to see. But it's good practice.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're doing the 555 plan. And another thing to do is to write an answer to the question, tell me about yourself. That's a thing that everybody should have as part of their employment plan. On your drive, in your folder, you should have an answer to the question, tell me about yourself.
Yes, I do.
Good. Okay, so there is a term that everybody should write in their book. It's called cluefulness. And that comes from a TED Talk. Cluefulness. Cluefulness. Okay. Cluefulness. And it's a talk by Lawrence Lessing. Does anybody remember Lawrence Lessing? Okay. What did he do? How do we know it? On
Lester.
Correct. Okay, good.
On what?
Lesterland.
Yes.
Had a couple of them. He's the guy behind Mayday Super PAC. Anyway, so his second talk that we watched, he talks about cluefulness. And he says it turns out ants are pretty good at it, cows not so good. Comes back to a thing that separates humans from other living organisms with our neocortex is we have the ability to be clueful. And that is to anticipate things that are going to happen in the future based upon clues, based upon evidence, or based upon things we're experiencing right now. So part of our thing of cluefulness regarding my saying you should have in your employment plan an answer to the question, tell me about yourself. If you were clueful, what would you think that would mean? Aha, could be on the test. Or that could be a trick.
Might not be.
It might not be a trick, but it could be, so we'll find out. But okay, so Shannon, were you asked the question, tell me about yourself?
It was a group.
What does that mean?
Kind of.
Okay, so let me go back. Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a yes or no question. Were you asked, tell me about yourself? Okay, good. All right. So, and now that you've seen that video, would you answer it differently than you did? Okay.
Okay.
So this gets back to little things become very important. We don't think that. We think important things are the important things, right? Right, Kevin? Do we agree? Does anybody disagree that important things are not important things? Or that they are? Would everybody agree that important things are important?
Yeah.
By definition, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't call them important. But unfortunately, what we tend to do is think that unimportant things are unimportant. Like food on your food tray on an airplane. Or a speck of food that's stuck to your fork.
It's like we think that things that don't cost anything have no value.
Oftentimes. And if you talk to Nolan, they do have no value. It's a sucker bet, right? Something for nothing. People do that, but it's a sucker bet. So, so being prepared to answer the question, tell me about yourself, becomes very important. And the good thing is, other people aren't watching this video. So let them make the mistake and give the bad answer. Let them not be prepared. And the 555 plan, we've got 5 minutes, so we'll talk about that on a high level now. The 555 plan is a tool to help you get prepared. Because if 93% of the decision, once you're in the interview, if 93% of the decision is based upon your attitude, your confidence, and other nonverbal things, the better prepared you are, the better you're going to do. And so the 555 plan is a tool to help you do the best you can with that fact that 93%, or let's just say over 90% of the decision is based upon things other than your resume. So the 555 plan is very simple. Who remembers what the first 5 is?
5:45 nonverbal.
No, it's not the first 5 minutes. Wrong answer. Next. Next contestant.
How you do 5 seconds?
The first 5 seconds. It's their first impression of you. And don't kid yourself. We are genetically programmed to start figuring out, is this person a friend or foe? Is he a threat? Is he somebody I don't have to worry about? You're walking into a stressful situation by default. So your genetic programming, your instinctual person is going to tend to want to bubble up to the surface. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be at the interview. You wouldn't have gotten that far. So it's the first 5 seconds. It's the first thing you say. Hi, how are you? My name is Ed. Hey, this is a great place. Thank you for taking the time to meet me. Whatever it is, that first 5 seconds is critical. And it's easy to not blow it. What's the 50 second? The 50. What? The first 50 seconds. Right. So I think that Ray Shun is being clever.
Got it pulled up.
Exactly. So that's good. He does the pretending, like I remember. Even if it stuttered, instead of just reading, say, I got it right here.
Gotta give credit though for accessing the information. That's what you're.
No, I know, that's good. In this case, see, it would be good to say, I got it. I know how to get it, I've got it, as opposed to trying to make me think he remembers. Okay? Because we already know.
Can't remember.
No, we already know when he reversed the screen last week and he's trying to be like, I'm wearing my sunglasses because it's too bright in here, but I just don't want you to see I'm looking at my screen. Okay, so 1 point for being resourceful. Now, so it's the first 50 seconds, and this is where the conversation starts. This is where they are now processing you. Because in that first 5 seconds, they're doing the instinctual thing, friend or foe, enemy, do I like this person, do I feel comfortable with this person, if there are pheromones, this is where this is all happening in the first 5 seconds. And it's not fatal, because we don't make decisions based upon the first 5 seconds. That's not how interviews go. They're not 5 seconds long, and they say hired or not.
You might have a chance to save it.
Well, you do have a chance to save yourself, but why start out with a gun in your mouth? Okay? With the trigger pulled and have an itchy finger. Okay, why start that way? So the first 50 seconds now is when you get to hopefully start solidifying that you're a good guy. No. And the decision is probably made, though, what's the last 5?
5 minutes.
The last 5 minutes. In that, not the last 5 minutes, in the first 5 minutes.
Right.
Okay, you're not going to get to go all the way through, and then you're down to the last 5 minutes, and that's what they care about. It's that first 5 minutes. So what you're going to find, what you should anticipate, the way you should behave is, I've got 5 minutes to get this, to get a yes. Now they might not tell me yes until tomorrow, but I have 5 minutes to make my best first impression. I have 5 minutes to get this job. And if you plan and are prepared for that, you have the best chance of getting that position that you can. Now, if there's somebody who's better skilled and better prepared than you, you're not going to get the position today. Okay, but what have you set yourself up for? No, well, you set yourself up for the next person they hire is going to be me.
That's what I mean.
Or if that guy didn't work out. So with the market, Ellen was very clear to say to Sherry, tell Rayanne, tell Nick, don't get frustrated because we don't know if all of these people we selected are going to work out. They might not make it through training. Don't tell them don't give up. Be here. But you have 5 minutes to do it. Now, and what you want to do, and so again, this is proper planning prevents what? Piss poor performance. Right. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. That's what they teach you in law school. In other places, it's just poor performance. In law school, it's piss poor performance. So, now what do we not do? We do what amateurs do. What do amateurs do? What else do amateurs do?
They practice until they get it right.
Yeah, they practice until they get it right. What do professionals do? They practice till they can't get it wrong. They can do it in their sleep. They literally dream about it.
Like Larry Bird.
Huh?
Like Larry Bird.
Like Larry Bird, like Tiger Woods, like all professional athletes. I don't know about Forrest Gump. But they practice until they get it wrong. Yeah, he did that with the ring. He did it with ping pong. He did it with that. Okay, he just practiced until he could do it. And what was he doing when he was sleeping? He had his ping pong paddle on his chest, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay. And if we think back to that video today, that Novak video, Mario Novak, what was he saying? That's what you have to do if you want to be successful. Nothing else is more important. Or with Dr. Steve the other day. You know, the things that are important, the things you prioritize are the things that are important. So, you know, this stuff sounds simple, but the good news though is other people don't do it. So if you do it, good things might occur. All right, so we're at break time. Anybody in California have any comments?
Hello? Yes. Yeah, it was just a good video because a lot of people do start off talking about themselves instead of what skills they have that relate to the position they're applying for. So
right. Now, what do we think when we do that? What do we think when we talk about myself? What do we think the other person's going to do? We think they are going to
Like this.
like us.
Right.
I don't need to be competent. I just need to be liked. Okay, when you get to a professional company, the kind of company that you would be willing to work for free if you could afford to, those are people who do things good. They don't hire people because in 5 minutes somebody convinced them, you like me, right? They didn't go and go through the resumes and decide the 10 people interview of, well, who looks like the most likable people? What did they look for?
People can do the job.
Yeah, the people who can do the job. So it's not a good strategy to go into an interview thinking, I don't need to be prepared, I just need to be likable.
Yeah, it's not going to cut it.
Because the interviewer is not going to, the boss of the interviewer has a boss too, most likely. Okay, right? Is the boss of the interviewer going to say to the interviewer, hey, why did you hire this person? This person doesn't know what they're doing. Why did you hire him?
Because I like them.
Because I liked them. Is that going to work?
Yeah.
That's, yeah. So is the interviewer going to do that? They're probably going in saying, look, I got to set my personal feelings aside here. Because most people go into an interview thinking, if I'm liked, I have a good chance of getting the job.
Right.
It's true. they end up wanting to hire the people they like, but only if they know they can do the job and have the skills that are going to make them money or save them money. Being liked isn't a substitute for competence. Okay? All right. So, break time, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you in California on Monday.
We'll see you.